Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. And today finally we have the day where the first sneak peek for the December update is happening. And I have the pleasure to share everything with you guys today, which I can already announce. And if you guys do not want to miss any more sneak peeks, make sure to follow this channel. And I always give like my opinion as a pro player on those things, like on how it affects the meta, how it affects you guys, and that's already pretty much it. So I think we should get started, and that's already the first change on your screen. But before I'm talking a bit more about the expos, I want to give one more quick heads up before we're jumping into that, because finally my internet is working again properly, so I can get back to streaming. So if you want to watch the live stream today, it's going to be at 8 p.m. CET, and well, we're going to talk about the update, we're going to talk about the changes. If you want to have more of a discussion, make sure to hop over there. But let's get started now. No more talking about any random things. Let's get started with the expo. And that's actually the first thing, which is kind of, well, hard to see, because whenever I take a look at the base, I see the difference in between of levels, right? And that's not really the thing with the expo. But talking about the expo, I think the stats are way more important, because the HP, that's the important thing. That's the thing where you should take a look at. The new expo level is getting 300 more HP. This seems like a normal expo level, right? But the important thing about this is the combination with the lightning spell meta right now, which we have. So expos won't take any more 5 lightnings and 1 earthquake. From now on, you need 6 lightnings and 1 earthquake, which is a huge change, obviously, in the current meta. So now we have the next change, and the next defense, or like trap, which is getting a new level. And that's the giant bomb. Once again, we cannot see that big of a difference in the visual effects, but at least the damage is pretty nice, especially if you're stacking them like for triple or double giant bombs. I think now you can actually hurt those stupid hybrid attacks quite a bit. So that's the next change which is going to happen. So we have a new expo level, and obviously the new giant bomb level. The next thing which is going to come is a new red bomb level, which once again, we don't see the difference, but there is actually the new level. And once again, a bit more of damage. I don't know if that's big of a change. I guess it's kind of nice against the Lalo attacks, but the bigger change is going to be 5 new levels for a Royal Champion. Now you guys might wonder, why do you have the cannon and the bomb tower over there as well? Well, the answer is pretty simple, because the Royal Champion is pretty strong. I think we can all agree on that. And especially the Royal Champion shield, like the Seeking Shield, her ability is pretty strong. And for this, we have to take a look at her ability and the stats over there. Those are obviously the stats of her like as a hero. This is the stats of her ability, which is as soon as you use her, she's recovering health and is hitting buildings. Bomb towers now are going to be one-shot. So far, that's not the case in the current live game, so this is going to be a huge game changer. And again, I think a Yeti and a hybrid buff overall. Meanwhile, cannons will still survive the Royal Champion shield, which I think is really important. Otherwise, it would be quite a big buff. So cannons are going to survive. Bomb towers, though, are going to be one-shot. So that's pretty nice to know. The next change is big, and I'm talking about game changing, I'm talking about meta changing, and that's first, use code. Wait, no, that's not a sneak peek. That's whenever you're buying anything, make sure to do that. But I'm talking about the scattershot change, and that's not a new level. I have to highlight that over here, because so far I always was like, new level, new level, new level. No, this time we have the scattershot, and the scattershot is just getting more HP. And that's, once again, seems like, okay, let's just do it, I guess. But the importance about this change is, once again, the scatter now has the same HP as a level 8, I think, expo. And the important thing is, you cannot use the lightnings anymore to get rid of all of the scatters. And that's huge, especially for all of those 30 witch spammers out there. Yes, I mean no, but this means 10 lightnings and 2 earthquakes won't take out both scatter shots anymore. I think this is really important. This is huge. I really like this change, because this should have not been the case. And then the next change, which is really nice as well, the storage, which is the clan castle, is finally a storage, which basically means the lightning cannot hurt the clan castle anymore. So all of those Zap Lado attacks, which were based on taking down the clan castle, won't work anymore. So that's a huge change, and this is going to change the base meta again. This is going to change a lot of things. But one more thing is, no, lightning is not dead. It's just going to be different. You guys saw in the finals, alternate attacks and Queen Walkers used both still the lightning and not only always onto the clan castle. But now let's get to the big change. Even though all of this already worked, kind of good changes, and a lot of changes were really impacting the meta, but now this is the new spell to the game, which is the invisible spell. And this is quite a funny spell because you can do a lot of things with that. First off, if you guys thought just, okay, this spell is going to make my troops and heroes and whatever invisible, that's only half part of the thing which the spell actually does, because it actually makes everything invisible. So if you're dropping it on top of the enemy clan castle, if you're dropping it on top of the enemy town hall, on defenses, on trash buildings, whatever, you're making everything invisible except walls. I have to mention that over here as well. But still, you can make things a lot of times invisible, as you guys see with my royal champion over here. But invisible does not mean invincible. That's a huge difference. So during being invisible, your heroes can still take damage. Trigger traps, things like that. So black mines will still hit invisible healers. Giant bombs are still getting triggered. Eagle shots, for example, if they're already getting shot at healers, for example, you cannot make them invincible. This is really important to note. And you can make many funny things. For example, you can play peekaboo with the enemy king. So now you see me, now you don't. It's actually really funny to use. And I'm looking forward for every one of you guys being able to use it. But it's so funny. Like, just this beginning of the attack already made me laugh so hard. Like, what is this king doing? Like, this king is always running into my stupid invisible spells, and it's then like my queen is doing like, no, I cannot see you. I don't care. It's really funny. So all of you guys who are out there now and thinking, oh my god, this is such a strategic spell. How should I use that? That's why I brought Edrex, right? Like, you can use this spell with pretty much anything. And to be honest, most of the use cases which I'm going to highlight in this video are probably not even half of the use cases which you can use this spell for. I think this spell is, for those insanely creative minds, it's going to be incredible. I think it's going to be game-changing. Maybe it's broken, I don't know yet, but it's going to be for sure changing the meta and how things are going to be done. Like, it's just so cool, just making your troops invisible and them just being able to not getting shot at from defenses. That's just crazy. And you can use it in so many armies, like in pretty much every army. In queen charges, in E-Drag attacks, like I show you over here, you can make your troops skipping certain buildings. For example, if there's the stupid air defense, I just make the gold storage invisible and the air defense is the next target. Things like that is just, like, they're just so cool to do, and that's one of the things which I love about the new spell. And it makes things like just super creative. So obviously, no, it's not only getting used for spam. One of the things which I came up with is just like a royal champion charge, but instead like the queen charge, you do the royal champ charge, and that's just super nice because normally you always had the problems. When you're charging into a base, you had two problems with your royal champ charge. First things are air defenses, because the problem is air defenses outrange the range of your royal champ, and this makes that your healers are getting shot at. So you have to kind of either rage the royal champ to make sure that she's getting quickly through this air defense, or you have to freeze it or something. Now you can just make the royal champ and the healers invisible. Easy, right? So you can see over here with this royal champion charge, it's pretty cool. And after that, I mean, you have still king and queen, right? So you can do kind of like a Sui Lalo, but adding a royal champion charge. So it's really, really cool. And that's one of the favorite things I love to do with this new spell. It's just super fun. The next thing, most of you guys, whenever you're talking about a new spell, a lot of people were saying, I would love to have a spell where I could direct my heroes. It's working as well, right? You can just get rid of a couple of trash buildings, make them invisible, and kind of get your heroes into the correct side. This spell is getting used for everything. You can use it in queen charges, you can use it in mass spammy attacks, you can use it for, like I said, basically everything. And this is, like I said, going to be insane. I'm really looking forward to every single one of you being able to get your creative mind onto the spell. And let me guys know what you guys would like to use the spell for. That would be super cool to see. And I will share you guys a couple of more triples with my favorite attack strategy with this new spell, which is this Royal Champion Charge Stewie Lalo, I guess, which is really, really powerful in my opinion, and is a lot of fun to do. So I will share a couple of more of those in the background. Meanwhile, we're going to talk about a couple of more things, because that's still not everything for the first sneak peek. And I repeat this, it's just the first sneak peek. So the next thing I want to talk, one more thing, is about, like, obviously you need the new level of the spell factory, and then you have 4 levels of this invisibility spell, and the maximum duration is 4.5 seconds. So that's kind of the thing. Now let's get to the next things, which are the gameplay changes. I already told you about one thing, about the lightning not being able to hit the clan castle anymore. That's one part of the gameplay changes. The next one is at the end of the battle. If you do not use the ability of a hero, for example, King, Queen, Royal Champ, the health which the ability would have restored will be added to the health of the hero, so you have less regeneration time. Oh my god, that's a tough English word. So your heroes are going to be up quicker again if you don't use the abilities. That's the first nice thing. Then when you're editing the base of your main village, you can actually switch or like swap segments of walls. I don't know if that's that important, but it's possible now. And then the next thing, students will now have more accurate line of sight calculation. So this should kind of help the smoothness overall. About things like that, I'm always looking forward to actually see that in action, so I can actually trust this. I mean, it feels like it's always in the patch notes, right? So let's see how much of an impact this is going to be, but it's still in the patch notes, right? So I have to mention it. The next thing, there's actually a custom, in the store, it's kind of like an overview of a cosmetic section, which basically means skins and so on, which you can buy now over there, so it's not that annoying to skip through everything. And the season challenges have like a nicer and better overview, which is great, like the gold pass. And for all of the max players out there, I mean, I know it's not too many, but still, all of the max players out there, if you don't collect the resources in your gold pass, you can now get gems from that, which is quite nice. But that's just one thing which I want to mention, and that's mainly already it. Obviously, I maybe skipped 1 or 2 things like bug fixes, whatever, but that were the main things which I want to mention for this video. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I would still keep going with this replay because this attack is really nice, I have to say, with the Royal Champ charge into my Queen and my King, pushing for the Town Hall. We took down the enemy Queen, we took down now the enemy Royal Champion, and now the Lalo. Like, take a look at that. Like, that's so gorgeous. Like, that's perfect. Queen is going for the Town Hall. She can take down the Town Hall with the ability. Now the Lalo, I still have the Slammer from the top side. This strategy is so fun. Like, I'm really looking forward to try this on other bases, like proper bases. Obviously, the clan castle was not filled, so don't overreact or anything. It's just for highlighting the new things. But still, I'm really looking forward to that. Couple of runes from the outside, and this base is already crushed. And that's how we do it, right? So one more time, let me guys know what you would use the invisibility spell for, and let me know how you like the first couple of changes. I really enjoy that you cannot take down both scatters anymore with the lightnings. I like that you cannot take down the clan castle anymore. It's great, and this spell is just amazing. Looking really forward to see what the creative minds can come up with. Either way, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys back tomorrow. Until then, see ya, and bye-bye.